Fortnite's Doom event saw us fight a 150-foot boss with 2 trillion HP, and now he has summoned a demon. This is our first step back to Chapter 2, and what this event created will plague us for a month. Let's talk about how we got here and what happens next. The first step of Doom's plan was returning to the island for Pandora's box. Using its power, he was able to wipe out anyone who could oppose him, and now he can move on to Phase 2. Forging himself a new piece of armor, Doom went on a rampage, annihilating dozens of superheroes and villains to become the ultimate ruler. Galactus, the Fantastic Four, even Thanos were all wiped out and displayed as trophies in his castle. And so for months we've watched smoke bellow from Doom's tower as a foreboding warning. Something sinister was in the works. Inside, you could find molten lava as Doom prepared to summon an even stronger villain, Mephisto. But why? His motivation was originally lighthearted. He needed the devil for one purpose, and that's to bring his late mother back to life. The problem is, the more he enacted this plan, Doom slowly realized he liked the idea of true power. And so thanks to his new Pandora armor, he was able to absorb the rest of the box's power without it killing him, letting him rule over the island and create his perfect vision of society. Mephisto was the final stage of his scheme. Unfortunately for him, the box chose someone else to wield its power, the person who is saving us in Chapter 5, Hope. She has been instrumental to the story this year, from stopping the Greek gods, investigating Megalodon, and working with the Oracle. Now she's Heroic Hope, and Fortnite has donned her with a new design known as Pandora's Chosen. You see, Agent Jones is slowly moving away from being our main character. Hope is here to take the mantle. With Hope and Doom both using their individual powers from the box, it's only a matter of time before they would clash. But not without help from Tony Stark and Magneto. Originally, Magneto began to build these strange rift beacons before Doom made himself known to the world. That's why Doom got rid of them, but thankfully Iron Man stepped in to finish his work. Now, these rift beacons were aligned and pointing straight towards Doom's tower, ready to stop him. This would go terribly wrong, and that kickstarted the absolute Doom event. That's why Doom got rid of him, but thankfully Shuri and Iron Man stepped in to finish his work. Now, these rift beacons were aligned and pointing straight towards Doom's tower, ready to stop him.
Powering up. Almost there. Power holding steady at 50%.
Little did we know they were useless, kickstarting the absolute Doom event.
Last beacon is online. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, let him have it! How is it still standing?
Those who dare stand against me will pay a price.
Brace for impact!
Yeah, this was now a battle for the ages, letting us fight a 150-foot tall Dr. Doom who was wielding the full power of Pandora's box. Yeah, he had 2 trillion health, forcing us to keep loading into matches to damage him. The entire community had to work together just to defeat Doom, and as we crippled his armor more, he'd get more aggressive. During this whole battle, Doom destroyed almost all of the rift beacons, setting them across the map, except for one, causing Shuri to think of an idea.
Only one of the beacons is salvageable, but Shuri thinks that will be enough if we can significantly weaken Doom.
With this knowledge, she could use rift recalibrators to reverse the beacon and send Doom away. All we needed to do was weaken him.
You
just like that, after the community worked together and shot trillions of bullets at Doom, it was finally over. We defeated him and saved the island. With such an insane sequence of events, it has left the burning question, what happens now? Of course, all of this has been wrapped up just in time for Fortnitemares and the era of Mephisto. He's secretly been summoned to the island, ready to unleash pure chaos. We'll be able to visit his NPC, and players can make a literal deal with the devil. We could offer him 20 of our HP to get a random weapon, 40 for a mysterious ability, or if you want to go for the riskiest deal, we'll be left with only 1 HP in return for our whole squad getting rebooted. In the aftermath of the event, all eyes have been on what should have protected us. Tony Stark's rift beacons didn't exactly work during the event and were blown across the map. You can find the damaged tech at places like Grand Glacier, Restored Reels, and Brawler's Battleground. There's a reason they have pumpkins around them, as these beacons will soon summon a different reality to Fortnite's island, and we suspect this is what brings us to the next stage. We'll talk more about that in a second. Just in time for Halloween, we're about to see these 3 POIs transform into a new Fortnitemares version. We've been able to catch a glimpse of this in the official artwork for the event, showing Brawler's Battleground covered in vines and huge pumpkins. I mean, if only they were related to the Green Goblin, now that would have been cool. So yes, all of this has been leading up to Fortnitemares. It's why the event was today, so Epic could wrap up the Doom storyline and prepare us for our next phase. The following couple of weeks are gonna be huge, bringing vines to the map that we could ride on, along with insane crossovers. Of course, Billy the Puppet is joining the game after already being teased for weeks in Castle Doom. Not only will he get his own cosmetic, he's also becoming a mythic item, following enemies on his tricycle before exploding. We'll also be getting terrified by Leatherface, a character that really no one was expecting to show up, but I'm excited to see him. Not to mention, The Nightmare Before Christmas is getting a part 2, with Sally already confirmed as a new outfit, along with a possible Pumpkin King redesign for Jack Skellington. Not to mention all the guns in the works, from wood stake shotguns to pumpkin launchers, and of course witch brooms. This is all happening as soon as October 11th. But once Fortnitemares is all said and done, we'll turn to something even more important. At the end of the season, we're traveling back in time once more to visit OG Fortnite. Except, instead of the original island, we're heading to Chapter 2. On November 2nd, we'll be saying hello to Midas and the gang again, as well as the Flood season. But everyone's wondering, how do we get there? And what does today's Doom event have to do with it? Well, if we revisit the League Brawlers pumpkin I was just talking about, there is a huge theory about what it means for us. You see, this isn't just an average pumpkin. Not only is this huge and staring at everyone, it's also glowing a very familiar color. If you've been paying attention to the center of the map, it has been drained of water over time. Mostly to make room for the Doom boss battle, but what if it had another reason? I mean, we all know what has famously been in the middle all these years. Combine that evidence with the glowing pumpkin, and it appears we're about to see the return of the 0 point. It's just a theory for now, but if true, it could be a huge reason why we travel back in time. So what is the motivation for heading back? Last year we traveled to Chapter 1 because everything was leading towards changing the black hole event and causing a second Big Bang. This time around, we could be time traveling to save the island. Whether it's to bring back the long-lost superheroes that Doom massacred, or maybe Agent Jones will finally see the closure of his story. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, with Epic foreshadowing some kind of conclusion with Jones. From giving up responsibility of everything to Hope and saying some weird lines, it's like he's preparing himself for a sacrifice. They even tease it during the event, with him ready to die. Hopefully, we go back in time to save him if Fortnite decides to kill him off. But a more likely theory is that it's all because of Mephisto. He's our main villain right now after Doom's plan failed, and Mephisto's influence over Fortnitemares might force us to go back in time and prevent him from ever being summoned. Once we get to Chapter 2, we'll only be a month away from preparing for an even larger live event. Today was just a tiny blimp in comparison to what's actually coming. Not only are we getting a mini event to travel back in time, but in December, everything will be leading up to our biggest of all, the Chapter 5 finale. Whatever happens, it'll bring us a new map, along with a mysterious mode that's coming at the end of the year. Last time, a fresh chapter gave us 3 entire games: Lego, Festival, and Racing. So what are they cooking up? A lot of players think it might be an open world survival game, or maybe an RPG. Not to mention, the Disney experience is right around the corner. But I'm more focused on all of the new experiments that's been happening with the first person device. Yes, Epic has given us the chance chance to experience a brand new chapter feature early, as first person will become an option in Battle Royale this December. And what's crazy is we also know the theme it's gonna be. We're still months away and already have confirmation that Chapter 6 Season 1 is Japanese themed. And no, I'm not talking about futuristic cyberpunk like Mega City. This time it'll be more traditional Japan, like temples, samurai, and more. Its codename is Fire Petal, and plenty of survey skins show us what the potential battle pass could look like. If this theme turns out to be true, we'll be using all kinds of new mechanics on the map, like swinging, rappelling, maybe even wall running. If you found this video valuable, using code T5G in the Fortnite Item Shop truly does support our team in these videos that we create. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.